Fight cruise disease for American gold. We'd fire no guns, shed no tears. Now I'm a broken man on a Halifax pier, the last of Barrett's privateers. And at length we stood to...
Welcome to the old Captain's Log number 4. I think we're on number 4. It's been like a month since sailing's out. Trey, what's the word? Do you hate it yet?
Yes. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's it has been the honeymoon phase is over, and now it's just another skill that needs to be trained.
It's true. It is true. It is. Yeah. So it's been like a bit over. It's been basically a month. And I should. Okay, this mic sounds like shit. I was gonna try to find. I kind of feel like I'm a pilot right now, like flying an airplane. I wish I could say that, but really, I'm just. It's Christmas time, and I'm visiting family. I've been here, so I'm here for a couple of weeks, and I brought the old gamer headset, so that's what we're stuck with today. But yeah, it's just so. Anyways, I've just been super busy with like family and all that sort of stuff. Trey, it is Christmas time on your end as well. Do you have the eggnog out right now?
I don't think I've ever had eggnog before. Yeah,
it's pretty good. It's like. Okay, so we love milk over here at the Wilderness Podcast.
You love milk.
It's so good. So eggnog is like milk, but instead of it being milk, it's egg. Does that sound great? And then
it sounds like something I really don't like milk at all. So it sounds like you found a way to make milk even worse.
No, but it's egg, which is great. And there's a bit of nog in it. I don't know what the nog is, but I think that's like a concoction of a few things. And really, it's just a beautiful yellow milk substance. It's
God.
Delicious.
Oh, I'm going to throw up.
I do really like the nog. Although, okay, I've never mixed it with alcohol because that sounds whack to me, but people say it tastes like really good. I think it's with rum. I just can't picture rum and eggnog going well together. That part seems insane.
That all of it sounds horrible.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Anyway, so I explained the terrible mic. I'm, with family for the holidays, but also if you hear my kid behind me, he's just hanging out with me right now. So he might make a cameo at some point. So yeah, that's the background noise here. But yeah, we figured it's been a month. We need to touch base and talk about, sailing. We were trying to record way earlier. We were just both so busy with work and family and IRL stuff that we just couldn't make it happen. But that didn't stop me from creating this ongoing list of notes to talk about today. And at this point, I always do this. I don't really understand what all of my notes mean. So I'm thinking as we go through it, you can kind of help me figure out why did I just put like purple diving. I don't even know. I have just like random keywords that makes no sense.
We need a name for the list. Like, what's a sailor or a pirate name for like a list? I'm trying to.
Oh, the captain's log.
Oh, this is the actual captain's log. I was thinking like a treasure map or like a.
That's good too.
Is there a famous treasure map? Deciphering the treasure map. I don't know.
Something with Blackbeard.
Isn't it Redbeard in RuneScape? Isn't there a Redbeard?
Oh gosh, I have no idea. We're off our sailing game. So So it's been about So you're saying sailing 2 has turned into. It's been integrated into the game so well that when you look at it, you go, ugh, it's another skill I need to train. So that's good and bad. Do you think you're going to go back on your main to level it at all to get to max on that, or are you completely done with your main? Quick context. You maxed your main, dropped it immediately, started an iron, and you never looked back.
Emphasis on never look back. I just got my year in review, and good God, I've played a lot on this account this year.
Did you see that one person who they're like the second or third or fourth overall, and they like were playing on average 18 hours a day?
God.
For the entire year?
That makes me feel better about how much I've played.
we might be a little bit all over the place for this recording, but yeah, everyone, that was a fun surprise. Everyone got this. Well, I don't know if everyone did, but I did as well. You get a year in review for old school RuneScape that talks about like how much. Really, it's just to make you feel bad about yourself. How it tells you how many hours you've played, how much experience you've gained, how much like messages you've sent in chat, how many days in a row you've played. Just a whole whack of like. It tells you how many times you've been nerd logged, which is when you. After 6 hours, the game automatically kicks you out if you haven't logged out. So it's been keeping track of how many times did you play 6 hours straight. Not cool, Jagex.
Which for me was I only had one nerd log, but I think that's because I don't usually play for 6 hours at a time. I get too antsy. I got to go like log out and go to the bathroom or something. But when I do get close to nerd logging, I usually log out right before I get forced logged because it makes me anxious. So
yeah,
I feel like that's not accurate.
That's a good point. I do the same thing because you don't want it to disrupt your whatever it is you're doing. Yeah, and if you're world hopping and stuff, that's going to reset it. So if you have it's whatever your nerd count, your nerd log count is. Oh, how much higher is it actually? That's don't even want to think about it. So I have one quick story before we go, before we get into like more sailing stuff. But I was at my company's Christmas dinner at this nice restaurant, and one of my coworkers had brought their like partner as their +1, and they knew that I played RuneScape. And so at one point, this was amazing. This is like a dream come true. At some point during this dinner, I got waved over and we were just talking about RuneScape, and we both logged on our phones, and we were just like sitting at the table gaming while there's like, 30 other adults around us. We're sitting at the table just playing RuneScape. Me and
a couple iPad kids.
Yeah. So I was like, this is awesome. I love this. We should have brought like iPads or something because the screens are too small. It was a great time.
Was it like one of the like those stereotypical situations where he's like, oh, I love RuneScape, and you're like, I love RuneScape too, and you log on and he's like base 60s, and you're like, oh, and you're like almost ashamed to show your account because of like how many hours you have. And
do you know what I did? Like this was, I don't know why I did this. I decided to compare how many hours played we both had. And they had like 56 days or something, and then versus my 500 and something days. And then of course I had to throw in, by the way, that's just one of my accounts. I've got like 6 of them that have crazy amount of playtime on there. It was just
also I run a podcast and a clan.
I took their phone and then made them join as a guest in the clan, and I was gonna get someone to let them in, but it was too much typing, and I wasn't able to get the keyboard typing in, different phone sizes, and I got tiny porn star fingers, so like, or hands, not fingers, so like it's hard to type on big phones, you know how it is.
Tiny porn star fingers might be a coupling of words that's never been said before.
Yeah, it sounds like a punk rock band.
Hell yeah. I got kind of a similar story. So I've been working a lot on this casino. I'm an electrician, and we've been building this casino, and there was one of the guys who does the coolers. So like, the like giant walk-in fridges, like for the kitchen. So 3 or 4 years ago, I was on a job site and I was really loudly talking about RuneScape to my apprentice. And
forcing your apprentice to listen to your RuneScape stories.
Oh yeah. He didn't care at all.
They don't even play video games.
But this guy was there, and he was like, oh, you play RuneScape? He's like, yeah, I play some old school. I played some RS3. Like, yeah, that's cool. And we were kind of talking, and I told him about our clan, of course. And like I told him my username. I was like, add me and stuff. And he never did. And so like, I'm working at this casino, a couple months ago, or within the past month. And he was like, hey, and I was like, do you remember me? He's like, yeah. He goes, Trey Blob. And I was like, yeah, I can't believe you remembered me. And he was like, yeah, dude, I'm so excited for Sailing coming out. And then Sailing came out, and yeah, he just kept like updating me. We'd see each other on the job site, and he was updating me. He's like, you liking Sailing? I was like, yeah. And then he said he got soup at like level 40 or something.
Whoa.
The pet. And so shout out him if he's listening.
Hell yeah. And
but
shout out to the little Santa hat that Soup is wearing. That's awesome.
Yep. I love it when they do that.
Yeah, that's cool. Are you going to do the Christmas event this year?
I haven't yet. I need to look at the rewards. You know, it's kind of one of those things where if it's not, the rewards aren't great, then it's like, I'll do it next year and I'll get all the previous ones. I don't know. I'm a little bit of a Scrooge, but you know, just a heads up to anybody that doesn't know, if you ever have any intention of getting your music cape, make sure you do this Christmas event, because to trim it, you need to have all of the holiday music as well.
Brutal.
And you don't want to be like me where you have to wait like 6 months just for the holiday event so you can get the rest of the music. So if you've never done one before on your account, make sure you do them just to get those holiday songs. That's
a good shout. The events are usually pretty cute. They're not like, I don't find them to be like, I don't know. I want to say there's no FOMO. I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but I'm not usually super motivated to do them. The cosmetics are nice, but it's so easy to put it off, to be like, I'll do it later and then I'll do it next year and all that sort of stuff. So I don't think I did it last year either, but I'm going to try. I'm so busy. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get on to actually do it, because the second part is I haven't been to the mainland since sailing dropped. So I'm still stuck out there in the middle of the ocean. And when I log on, I'm probably just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And by the way, okay, let's talk about what level our sailing is, because we're kind of twins on this. Both level 70 sailing. Hello, what's up? That's sweet.
Yeah, you know, I was rocking 69 and I was going to stay at 69 until like I decided to go back and get 99 or whatever. I've been doing other stuff, and I did Tears of Guthix because I got bullied into it, and it made me 70 sailing.
Oh, bastards.
So, yeah, I know. It was extremely rude that I got bullied. And but yeah, I'm at 70 sailing, and I kind of I've seen all I really want to see. You know, there's nothing. I just don't have that pull like you do with like maybe new PVM, where it's like, oh, I gotta get in and get it. Yeah, I mean, I'm an iron, so there's never that like day one, you know, the inflated GE prices or anything. But you know, it's not like, there's nothing in sailing that I can really name that is like, I need to get this before I do any other grinds.
I think the skill, it's still in its infancy. It's still a baby skill. Like, eventually, once it can take years to really integrate it and like have it weave in and out of every other part of this game. But yeah, I know what you mean. It's kind of early on, and like you have like sailing, your like list of sailing goals, but like for me as well, they're kind of separate from my main goals. Not like. Yes and no. I'm on my main right now, right? So I don't really have a ton of goals on it, just because it's a pretty seasoned account. But I now have a new AFK thing to do, which is salvaging, which I do actually really enjoy. It's not bad at all, and that's kind of like. So I've been like super busy in real life. So most of my sailing experience has been salvaging. And it's probably going to be for the next little bit, but
and it's probably going to be for 99% of the community.
Yeah, there's a lot you're going to get to go out and explore, which is going to be really cool. And we're going to get into that in a minute, because I did do some exploring. But I guess if sailing was its own game, it's like the road to 99 is the main quest, and it's like, for me, salvaging is the most obvious path to that. Whereas everything else with sailing are like side missions that I'll definitely go out and do. There's cool like monsters you can unlock that I definitely want to go check out, and all that sort of stuff too. So, yeah. yeah. But you got to salvage up to the right level for it first. You know? Oh yeah.
It's the only way to train.
Yep. It is. It's quite cool. So, I don't know. Maybe we can just go through some of my notes, and then we can see where that leads us. They're going to be like super all over the place, because literally once I had a thought, I would just throw it on this paper. So I never went and reorganized it. But the first, let's talk about level 99 sailing, because it didn't take that long for someone to get 99 sailing. So the first person to get maxed sailing his name was Asian Grinder, and he got it on November 23rd. So not even a full week after the skill came out. It took them 5 days to get 99 sailing. Does that surprise you, or like what are your thoughts on the time frame to get that skill maxed?
I think I think generally from the community, everybody said it's faster than they expected, which I don't think anybody has a problem with. The majority of people who've been really grinding hard are people trying to get their max capes back or just trying to rush it and stuff. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of, I listened to Asian Grinder did an interview with Gillinor News Network,
cool.
And I listened to that, and he was talking about some of the methods he was doing. It's a main account, so he had a lot of people helping him, a lot of pretty much everything you would expect from the first 99. As far as he barely slept. The only time he slept is when the servers went down. And
a total,
he had people helping him with resources.
A total of 3 to 4 hours is what I've read. Is that? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So in 5 days,
when the servers went down, I think it was day 2 or something.
That's in 5 days. That's not per day, by the way. 3 to 4 hours in that 5-day time frame. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah. I'm glad he is now more immortalized on the high scores, but
I hope it was worth it. Yeah. Well, and shout out him. He had a supportive partner that was in a lot of his content that he put out. So it wasn't like, he didn't have,
wasn't starving himself.
He
got food brought to them.
Yeah. It didn't seem like he was sacrificing his personal life in any way. He wasn't ignoring his partner or anything. So a shout out to him. It seems like he kind of did everything right to get the first 99.
Yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely unreal. And then we had Fast 07 was like 230K experience behind him. So quite close, but that Fast, if only you didn't sleep. If only you didn't sleep those few hours.
Idiot.
Yeah. And okay, so that was then So today, as of December 21st, 2025, there are now 23,100 players with 99 sailing. Which that's a fair bit. I don't know if that surprises me or not.
Yeah, and I think it's probably worth shouting out. Spaghetti 15 was the first in our wilderness clan to get 99 sailing.
Awesome. Do you have the date when he got that?
It was December 1st.
Oh, that's so awesome.
So I do know he did sleep, which was very stupid of him. But he, he's a true grinder. Got to shout him out he got 99 sailing. And what did he do after that? He went back to go do more sailing because he wanted to get all the clogs he could.
Yeah.
So I believe he finally got Soup, the pet, and has been doing other collection logs. But yeah, shout out to a true grinder there.
That's really cool. And the 99 cape, the emote looks pretty cool. I'm on the wiki right now. You can check it out. It looks pretty cool. But let's talk about the perks. What does this cape give you? First off, it says here that you can rename your bow without needing to visit Sleeve McDykel. That has to be a play on that. Like what? Sleeve McDykel. That's a very odd name. Am I saying something offensive right now? Am I going to get canceled?
I mean, I'm not going to say that name.
Okay, well, Sleeve McDykel. Yeah, okay. So you can, anyways, you can rename your boat. You can also teleport to Pandemonium. So that's cool. And that's about it. Neat stuff.
So you can do what the amulet you get already does.
Yeah. Okay. True.
I thought there was a very obvious. I remember when I was at Spaghetti's maxing party and he got the 99. He told us what the skill cape perk was, and I remember thinking oh, I can't believe it doesn't do this. But now I don't remember what that was.
Well, maybe
So
some of the keywords in my notes will jog your memory, because oh boy, do I not know what all of this means.
I do want to just really quickly. I want to answer the question that we got completely sidetracked from about my main.
Good call.
I do. I actually have felt the pull to start salvage. Because sailing has presented us with such a great AFK method. I do think I will pretty soon get do the prerequisites and all the little quests and stuff so that I can get my main up to salvaging, and probably just sit him AFK while I do play on my main, my iron, which is my main, but he's not a main account, kind of a thing. So I do want to remax him, just to wear the cape. I have no intention of ever playing that account again, but I can't really have a retired account that's not max. It's just, although we won't talk about his PVM accomplishments because there's a lot to be desired there. And just like sailing and just like a lot of other stuff, I'll probably get it on my iron first and then go do it just as a formality on my main.
That's not, I mean, you never know. Like, I was playing my iron. I didn't think I was going to go back to my main anytime soon. And then I don't really remember what happened. Next thing you know, I'm on my main. So and now I'm not even thinking about going on the iron right now. So
if I remember the story right, you were staring down the cold, hard barrel of CG, and then you ended up back on your main.
No, because I don't even have Song of the Elves done, and I don't plan on doing CG. I can't remember exactly what it was. I think I was starting to raid on my iron, and that was fun. And then I did a raid on my main because I couldn't do it on my iron for some reason, and then that was a lot of fun. And then I got the Soul Reaper axe on my main, and then I was like, this is even more fun. And then the funness just kept building up on my main, and it wouldn't stop. and then sailing came and took it all away because now all that stuff just sits in my bank. And I got a boat. So that's cool. So let's go. Another cool little fun fact about the 99 sailing topic. When you compare it to like RuneScape 3, because they've had a few new skills. I just saw this on their subreddit, which I thought was interesting. So they have four new skills. The reason I stopped for a second was because I was like, wait a minute, they have more than 4 new skills, right? Like summoning, all that. But this is just from the RuneScape 3 era. So once the game, I guess, split after EOC and stuff. So they have 4 skills in that era, which is divination, invention, archaeology, necromancy. And sailing, it took them 5 days to max, which puts it right in the middle for how long it took the other days to max. Because, let's see, they had divination, which was maxed in 9 days. Invention was maxed in 1 day, but apparently there was some bug that was abused, so it technically should be higher, but it's not. Archaeology was maxed in 5 days, so they're kind of tied there. And then necromancy was maxed in basically 25 hours. So,
yeah, I remember hearing about necromancy when it came out and how fast it was maxed. And just a little side note, I'm so glad that we don't have to have an asterisk by the 99 sailing that there was some bug and like I'm glad we don't have that with this skill. I'm glad. It seems like Asian Grinder just he grinded and he got it fair and square.
It was pretty smooth It was pretty smooth sailing. Like the actual release, though, I was kind of impressed. Like if you went on Reddit, it would have seemed like the skill was going to be removed from the game because people are always. It's like tradition. You got to go on. You have to go on social media and Reddit or Twitter, and you got to type up something like, "I hate this skill." We all had to do it. I had to do it, even though I didn't want to. But you had to type up something negative because that's the rules. Not actually, but just a lot of people complaining about stuff.
Oh, good. I didn't do that, and you were making me worried I was going to be in trouble.
Anyway, so yeah, it was a smooth release, which was impressive. One thing that I was surprised about, and I'll see if there's anything that surprised you about the sailing release or even sailing today. One thing I was surprised about though is we didn't hit a new player population peak. I thought we were going to get a
interesting.
new, like, max number that we hadn't seen before, but we didn't. It was close. It kind of was in that, like, higher player base range, but yeah, I guess it didn't for one reason or another. It's fine.
Yeah, we can't keep up with we can't match the heights of the WoW influx we had a few months
That's
ago.
what it was. Okay. Yeah.
That was when we hit our last player count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen any fun surprises or anything that's like doesn't have to be fun? It can be like anything that surprised you or you didn't see coming or you didn't expect about the skill. And it can be like even like community reactions to stuff or.
Honestly, I am surprised at how positive the majority of the community has been. I mean, I think everybody kind of falls into the same boat, pun intended, as far as, it ranges from sailing is like the best skill ever to like sailing is pretty good for what it is, and anybody who's like fully sailing is the worst thing ever are the people who decided that before it was ever released. And I know somebody's going to, hear that and be like, no, but, for the most part, it's just been positivity. I think a lot of people, including myself, it's like sailing is good and I want there to be more and I want it to be more fleshed out. But, taking into account what we've had, like what the bare bones of it is, it's a huge update. And I think everybody's kind of like, it's pretty much better than anybody had expected. But there's still a million things that we would, as a community, love to see improved and added on. But yeah, I don't know. I have been surprised at the RuneScape community being positive, which is magical.
Great community, great group of guys. Oh shoot, what was I going to say? I forget now. Yeah, okay, doesn't matter. I guess we can move on to my notes. I'll start going through them some more. I had a fun little story. Yeah, the captain's log. I had a fun little story. I was like, we had our story. I think it was the last recording we did where I was able to, stow away in your cargo hold. I was able to jump into your boat, and you weren't able to get me off, which was awesome. What a great feature. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to test the limits for it. Turns out you can do that for anyone. You can just jump in their boat and yeah. So I would jump in this dude's boat and I jumped in someone's boat and I just wanted to see what was going on, and he wasn't talking to me though. So I just started having fun. I was asking people for help, saying that he was like kidnapping me and stuff. I wrote implication as one of the notes. And I think I wanted to make an Always Sunny joke about the implication of, being on the boat. I think so. Let's just go with that. Let's go with that. Let's see. Yeah. Corals, the coral farming. The only reason I wrote this here, so this was like probably like on the heels of our last recording, but when I learned about this coral farming thing, seems really cool. Now I've heard like some murmurs that it's actually one of the least fun farming spots. I think 'cause it's just like, I don't even know. It's just there's some annoyances with it, but coral farming sounds cool. I love that's neat. We didn't talk about that yet, so yeah, that's cool. Have you done any coral farming?
No, I'm 99 farming, so I haven't really felt the pull to do that for any reason. So no, I haven't experienced it.
Yeah, it seems pretty cool. So when we try it, maybe we can talk a bit about it. But I know one thing we did talk about was the mermaids. It was something that I was kind of looking forward to doing, just because like you needed. What level was it? Level 30 or 40? You needed some. Like a little bit of a higher. It sounds crazy to say you needed 40 sailing or something, and that needed a higher level. But yeah, so I would just drive past it. I never had the level requirements to do it. Seemed kind of cool. We talked about it last recording. You said it kind of sucked. I thought that was disappointing. But what I was so disappointed in was you need diving equipment to talk to the mermaids, but you don't do any diving. Like, why is there no underwater thing? Why don't I just jump in the water and then have to solve? I don't know. It just seems like, honestly, it seemed like they wanted to do more with it and then ran out of time.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, I was very surprised when I finally did one of those, and it's just like, you go down in the sea.
Yeah, and you get
solve the puzzle.
one time, bit of experience, and that's it. You're off, and you're looking for some other ones. So, like, I don't know. It's kind of nothing. There's these like trolls that are kind of like these meteorologist trolls, I think, like weather trolls. I don't even know. But I've been passing them, and I think I have the level now to talk to them, and I have a feeling it's probably going to be something similar. Just like you talk to them, you get some experience, and then you move on. Maybe solve a little puzzle. But whatever.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot.
So one thing I love, which I think is so cool, when you can't grab an item, your dude throws net out to grab the item. Do you know how insanely cool that is? And I know we haven't talked about it yet, so I had to mention that. One thing that I think is really cool is the discovering of islands. Like, it really... You ever play Fallout 4 or any of those games? Like Cyberpunk, maybe? Elder Scrolls? Maybe Witcher? Yeah, so one thing I love about... I play a lot of Fallout. So one thing I loved about Fallout is you'd stumble across like a house or some building or like a vault or some cave, and you didn't really know what it was for. You'd kind of go through it, and you might have to fight some monsters, but just through the environment and through like reading books, reading logs, like this captain's log, but you would learn about like maybe what happened in that house. And it's just kind of like a fun little story that doesn't really have any meaning, but it kind of just adds a little extra to the world. So I really love that stuff. I've been playing Cyberpunk a bit too, and it has a bunch of that where you're like, you can learn about what happened in this area, and the only way to do that is by kind of exploring and reading the things you find around there. I found similarities like with that when I was sailing and just checking out some of the islands I was unlocking, because as you level up, you start unlocking these islands you can go visit, and I mean, most people are just going to go on the wiki and probably just like, oh, what's on that island? But I wanted to go in blind, and I'm still trying really hard to go in blind, which is why I don't know much about the coral thing, because I haven't looked it up on the wiki yet, and I don't want to. I'll get there when I get there. I'll experience it when I experience it. So yeah, I was exploring these different islands, and they kind of were telling. I thought it was cool because it would tell a bit of a story. Like, you'd find maybe a bunch of beer bottles in one area, and then you'd find like a campfire that was snuffed out, and then you'd find something else, and then you could open up a chest or something, and you would learn a little bit about what happened. And I thought that was kind of cool. It felt similar to the mermaid thing, where it was like, this is kind of neat, but it's like, it feels like they maybe ran out of time. Like, maybe they wanted to do more and they couldn't. And the only thing that I felt frustrating was I accidentally like double clicked something, or I closed the examine window or something, and I couldn't reopen it. Like, you only get to read it once. And then so I was like, great, I don't know what the heck happened on this island. So that was a bit of a bummer, but I thought it was kind of cool. There's a bunch of things. Like, there's the Chinchompa Island, which is one of the first things you visit. Chinchompa Island? I don't remember. I think I'm getting the name wrong, actually. I'm not even logged in. Can't check. But you get on there, and it looks like there's like all these experiments that were happening, and they like people had to just pack up and leave, and you find some camping stuff and like a cauldron and all that. So it's kind of cool that it would tell a story. I can't even remember what the stories were because there wasn't a whole lot to it. I think it was just a little fluff to give a little bit of meaning, but I don't know. I thought it was kind of a nice little journey. Yeah, talk to me. What are your thoughts on these islands?
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping for more from the islands, and I think that's just one of those things. We're going to get.
They have a contest right now for people to design an island.
Yeah, did you see the crafting one? So there's this island where somebody basically made a mini game for making molten glass, where you like mine the sand and you do this like agility essentially to grab the like seaweed and throw it in a furnace. So it's like an island where you can like completely self-contained make molten glass.
Iron Man's hate
definitely an
making
Iron Man
molten glass. Like how this is like the fifth way they were getting a new molten glass method.
Yeah, it's brutal. It is. I can tell you, it's brutal. But yeah, that was one of the proposed islands. There's been some cool ideas, but yeah, it's as far as the islands go in general, I think there's probably the islands more than anything else in RuneScape kind of do feel like that day one Zaya, which is the thing that people have been talking about a lot with sailing in general, where, day one Zaya release was this like big empty thing and it was just like nothing there. Then they, the Zaya we have today is great and there's all kinds of stuff to do. And the islands it's kind of like there's an entire island for one thing. And that's kind of what it feels like, just a lot of filler for the most part. It's RuneScape. You don't want to go somewhere unless there's a reason, there's a best of slot reason to go there. There's a meta for that island. And yeah, it's hard. It's hard to make 20 different islands that all have meta affecting stuff on them.
Some of it's just not, which is, I think is fine. I think it's fine to have an island that's just like, it's not much. I think that's totally cool.
Yeah, but there's a lot of those, and so I think that's definitely been probably more than. I think there's three main things that people have complained about, and that's definitely one of the three of just like, yeah, I wish I had a little more, but it is
okay.
It is what it is.
Trey, I was trying to find. I wanted to look at some of these. So I don't have the game loaded up right now, and so I can't look at the skill to go through and see like all the islands that you get to unlock, just to see like, I'm trying to remind myself which ones I've checked out. And so I go on the wiki to find the list, and it's so. I'm so used to having such a perfect wiki that when it's not perfect and it's a little messy and disorganized. I can't find a list of the islands you unlock, which is just absolutely crazy. But anyways,
rip off.
One thing I do like though is that the islands, like you do kind of have a reason to visit every island once. You get the experience, but I think you get like these unique items, like these medallion fragments and stuff like that. And I know you need to go to get the schematics, like a blueprint for certain unlocks for your boat. So like the salvaging station, which is huge for salvaging, you needed to go find that from an island. And so I do like with my method of not looking at the wiki to just trying to enjoy it as much as possible by exploring on my own. I like that it doesn't feel like I'm going to go to an island and there's going to be nothing. Like there's always going to be something, even if that something is quite small. It's still going to be like maybe a collection log item, or maybe it's another fragment for this medallion thingy. I don't know. But some of them even have like treasure chests that you have to pick lock and you get some experience, which is cool. They all might actually, but so I don't know. There's some easy theming experience a bit as you're doing something else. What else do we have? I was lost my notes. That was the last of my notes.
Oh wow. I was I thought there was going to be a long list here.
I combined some of them because I was like, I think they were just like the same thoughts about something different on like 2 different days.
Fair enough.
I have a random note that says random items island. I don't know what that means.
Okay.
Do islands give you random items? They probably do. I don't know. Maybe the treasure chests on there, when you unlock them, maybe you get like random gems and stuff like that. Maybe that's what that's for. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, maybe you're saying like you have to go to some of these islands for the schematics, and maybe you're saying it feels a bit random where they are.
Maybe. I'm not. I'm not too sure, but most of my time has been spent salvaging. So there are a few things that I think are really cool. One, I love when you're salvaging. Again, salvaging is like the AFK method for training, sailing. But when you're salvaging different wreckages, I like how the loot is it's not random. Like there's thought put into it. I like when they do that. You don't, it's like a lot of gold, like jewelry, a lot of gems, a lot of just like, this what you would expect in like pirates treasure and stuff like that. So I think that's really cool. And I know at like higher levels, you can actually get some decent loot. People seem to be making a fair bit of money just from alking, which is nice.
Mm-hmm. Salvaging is the blessing or the gift that keeps on giving with sailing. It's too good, honestly. Like, I'm not saying it's too good. Like, I wish it didn't exist. I mean, it's too good in the sense of like, I haven't really interfaced with much of sailing because it's just like, well, I can salvage, it's like with mining, like no matter how good of like a mining mini game they were to come out with, if it's like active, it's like I'm probably still going to AFK mine because there's things I do at my computer and there's things I can do on my phone.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And as long as there's something I can do on my phone, it's going to free up time for me being able to do anything in the game on my computer, which is, raiding, PVM, skills that don't have an AFK option like agility. And so it's kind of the blessing and the curse of having such a good AFK method.
Yeah.
Don't want to do anything else.
I'm doing the whole, like what some people do or used to do a lot more at least. They're like, I'm going to NMZ my stats to 99 and then I'll go do Slayer. And I'm kind of doing that with sailing and salvaging just because I don't have a whole lot of time to try all the other things right now. So I'm like, you know what? Just while things are busy, I'm just gonna have to stick to salvaging, and I really do like salvaging. It's pretty cool. And then I'll go back and I still gotta try these Barracuda trials and I gotta try so much stuff.
Yeah,
but we'll get there.
Yeah, then in the Barracuda trials, I have only done the base level one, and there's a part of me that's like, I'll just salvage until my boat is like pimped out, and then I'll go back to Barracuda trials, and it'll be like super easy because I'll be like super fast and agile. So that's probably what I'm going to do.
Yep, it's smart. One thing so I've been now that I've leveled up, I've kind of built my shipping crew to be very salvage focused. One thing that kind of threw me off was that not all of your crewmates are like built equally, which is obviously because some require different levels. But what threw me off is that some of them won't do any salvaging. So I had this was it Captain? I can't remember, but I had someone on my boat and it's like the Adventurer Syad or something like that. And then I realized that they literally can't. They can only like drive the ship or something. Like they can't. They're not built for salvaging. So there's really only like a couple crewmates. Everyone's going to be using the same crewmates basically. Because if you're salvaging, there's only kind of two to go for. But
well, and it's RuneScape, so we're all going to look up what the best one to have is and use that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else. I think it's the skill's great. I'm pretty happy like with just like they did a really good job. Hats off to Jagex, and as long as they don't screw anything up, this is the worst state sailing will ever be. So it's only going to get better with each day and stuff.
Yeah.
Until they bring out the EOC of sailing. But yeah. Gosh, anything else you want to touch on? Any notes on your end you wanted to go over?
We could briefly just kind of talk about some of the. I guess the only thing we haven't really touched on because nobody has touched on it because nobody cares is the shoal, the new fishing method. I can't even think of what it's called. Is it shoals? Something with shoals? Trawling. Cool. Thank you. So trawling is like, from what I understand, it's a very active method that gives very low XP. I've been kind of comparing it to Volcano in my head of like, you kind of just go there for rewards, not XP. And, one of my biggest disappointments with sailing, I figured being out in the sea and stuff, is that we'd have a really killer new fishing method. And this is not that. It's more of going out and gathering supplies. And from an Ironman perspective, since, I'm not getting XP, like a good amount of XP from it. It's just something to go get these, it turns into basically a chore. I was pretty disappointed by that. Just like, oh, yep, I have to go get my higher level fish now. And I'm hoping that we can get some kind of better fishing method. I don't know. I hate fishing as it currently stands. I'm at Temperos right now. I've tried every single fishing method in the game, and none of them, I'm not in love with any of them. And I'm not looking forward to getting 99 fishing on this account. But I was hoping sailing would bring a better fishing method. And I'm still hoping that we get that at some point.
I saw a video of someone doing the trawling, and I liked how they had to kit their boat out specifically for trawling. I thought that was cool, but yeah, I didn't. That's as far as I got. I didn't even see the rewards. I just saw the actual doing part. I was like, oh, this looks fun. It's kind of impressive that we have so many alternatives for training the skill. So early on with like the skill being released. There's like your active method, and then your like passive method, your AFK method, and then there's like the passive method of like go have fun, you'll just experience from exploring and all that fun stuff too. It's great. And even like you get combat experience. Sorry, you get sailing experience from doing combat. So not a whole lot. It's divided up between your range and sailing, but that's really neat. I love I think Settled is doing a sailing only account. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm excited for like the prospect of doing these restricted accounts. I know we have someone in Sardaukar in our clan who's doing a sailing only account, so super into that sort of stuff. So yeah.
I wonder how those Varlamore only accounts are doing. I thought there was going to be hundreds of them, and I feel like I haven't seen any one really stick with that. But maybe I'm just not following.
I have a combat only account, so no skills. It's called an 807 account, and I was so excited when Varlamore came out, and then I was like immediately disappointed when I realized it won't be able to do perilous moons because you need. You need to do some other quest, I think, first that requires some skill levels to be up. So, which was a little bit disappointing, but it is what it is. Okay, guys, thanks for listening, and we will see you in the new year. Bye.